friends, thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Heather Chisina and you are welcome. This is a different kind of video. It's not my usual happy video or videos because of what has transpired in the past week. So this will be my last video that I'm going to be recording. I do have a pre-recorded video that I'll just push next week on Wednesday, and Saturday will be a goodbye video because of the time that we are in. I will be sharing 7 dream themes that God has impressed on my heart to share with you. And my goal is to awaken the people who will come across this particular video. And I hope that the Holy Spirit will guide you in this season. And another thing is that some of these dreams and details of the dreams are a bit sensitive, so to maintain integrity of what I put in my dream log, because I do not alter them, I will put redacted, or I won't state exactly what or location of stuff is, just because of the sensitivity of everything. So we will begin with, I think I do have 7 videos, not videos, but dreams. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, 7 dreams. So the first one, and I think I'll put something on here for you to see. The first one is a wailing wall dream. I had this dream on the 27th December 2022 at 7:46 a.m. And I also wrote a blog post about this a few months back. So this is what the dream says. I had a green bodysuit and a huge bag, very huge, like a school bag weighing me down. I had a paper in my hands with prayer requests. I walked down and turned a corner and went to this place that's the Wailing Wall. Everyone was there and there was music playing loudly. Oh Lord, here I am. Can't remember the song. There was this man who showed me that I need to go to the praying wall and pray. He showed me a paper of prayer requests. He pointed. The prayer said something like, I won't say that. Then I stood at the Wailing Wall with my request and started praying. Then I fell down and felt my hands increasing, like God was giving me spiritual gifts. In the blog post that I wrote, I think I elaborated it a bit more. And basically, I had like a green top. I said bodysuit, but it's like a green top and jeans. And I had a huge bag. I said school bag, but honestly, this looked like a camping bag. And there was a huge weight and burden that I had and I was carrying. And I had a paper with my prayer requests. And then I went to the Wailing Wall and it was jam-packed with intercessors. And there was somebody who was kind of like an attendant there, and he had a paper. And keep in mind, when I was walking in, there was this song, music playing loudly, and it said something to the effect of, oh Lord, here I am. I think that's what I said, right? Oh Lord, here I am. So the attendant gave me this piece of paper and it had a specific message written on it, including an attribute about God. And what I said in my blog is, I feel as if God is assembling intercessors and everyone has a role to play. So it's not only your own personal requests, but I feel as if there's also additional requests that you're being given. And we have to understand the verse that says, let me read the verse. And I'm sorry guys, I'm just so super emotional. I'm trying to keep it together. So Matthew 11:28-29, come to me all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Another one is, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, through in every situation, by prayer, petition, and thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So what I would say is the watchmen need to wake up in this hour. And I'll talk about this in a later point in this particular video. But I did also write a blog post. Is it last year? Let me look on my blog. It's called Watchmen, the eight prayer watches. Let's see. Let me pull it up, guys. I'm not even going to really edit this video like that. So if you see pauses and stuff, I do apologize. So I wrote a blog post on the 8 prayer watches. And what I stated is that watchmen have a spiritual role in guarding cities against destruction and evil forces. They would sound alarms when an enemy approaches and acts as eyes of the citizen of their city, alerting them of potential danger. And in Ezekiel 33, 6-7, it's basically serves as a warning of, hey, watchmen, you are responsible. And it warns the watchmen that you are responsible and you need to man your gate. Another one that I mentioned is Isaiah 62, 6-7. So anyway, you can go back and read that blog post. So when I wrote the blog post about the Wailing Wall, I didn't think much of it. I just stated that in this hour, I feel as if the Lord wants the intercessors to assemble, the watchmen on the walls. And after what happened this past week, I feel it even more. And that's why I'm taking a break because of that. Now, another one that is really heavy for me that I want to share is spiritual gates or doors. And we need to understand that when a message is spoken into the earth, the enemy will try to fight it. Now, in the decade of Pei, which was 2020, 5780, it was a decade of the mouth, and we could see that the enemy went full throttle to oppose this particular decade. And this, so far since 2020, things have just been kind of apocalyptic, if I should say that. Now, in the year 2023, it was a year of Goshen. And God had been speaking to me about this for quite some time. The previous year, 2022, by around June, I was like, okay, yeah, so 2023 is a year of Goshen. And I wrote blog posts about it. And if you look at my highlights on my YouTube, I've been talking about this for quite some time. So I knew it was a year of Goshen, rather. And then something really strange happened in the start of 2023 in Goshen, here in America. I won't talk about it because of the sensitivity of everything. And I just remember really wondering, wow, why, like, it was just heartbreaking what happened. So what I'm trying to say is that the enemy will always attack a word that goes forth. Now, we are in the year of open doors. Why is this significant? I believe that gates are under attack, or doors or gateways are being attacked. And that's in form of, and I'm talking about spiritually, right? And of course, obviously it's manifesting in a physical way. And the warning that I have is for a specific nation in Africa, which is also a gate. Now, we need to understand the modus operandi of the enemy. He wants to kill, steal, and destroy. And we are in a very sensitive time. And I know so many people who are awake and have been awake for a couple of years. They can just sense something in the spirit. Now, so this is a dream that I had some time back. I won't go into the specifics of it because it's not anything that I would like to mention here because this is a country that I love because I was born there. So basically, in this vision, I didn't see good things, but what I can say is that at the end of, I didn't see good things, and it seemed very, how do I say it, coordinated. Let me say that. And it was a cosmopolitan area, and I put at the end, likely Kenya. Now, fast forward, 4th of May of this year, I had this dream where I was at a vantage point where I could see kind of like a portal or a gateway in the sky, a portal or a gate in the sky, and I saw three. I don't know if I should. I don't know how I should explain it, but I saw three beings, let me say that, and their wingspan was really big, very, very big, and this was Kenya, and there were three, and what it said in my spirit is that they were angels and not ordinary angels. I'm just telling you what I saw. I don't want to add or subtract. What came into my spirit is those are angels, and at that time, May, at that point, I hadn't solidified on the theme for the year, so I did that in June. I didn't know it was a year of open doors and gates and all this stuff. So for me, I know that Kenya is very significant, and I know so many people have been talking about it's a springboard for revival. So in this moment, as far as spiritual gates or doors, if you know your country is a gate or a door, the watchman needs to rise up. So you know what that means. America needs to be in intercession. If you are an intercessor, you need to fall on your knees and pray for America. And a bit of a background of why I'm releasing all this stuff is where I was only supposed to release this video about the Wailing Wall, but as I was looking for that specific dream, because I have like maybe 7 years or 8 years worth of dreams that I have recorded. And as I was searching for it, I ran into a family dream, and I sent it to two relatives of mine because that dream came to pass. And I had that dream, I don't know, two years ago. When did I have that dream? Yeah, so I had it in 2021. So it was a family dream. So I can't tell you guys. So it was a family dream about somebody in Kenya, and it was a crisis dream, but I didn't think anything of it, and it was very, very detailed. So I remember sending it to two of my sisters, and one of them said, I don't know if I can translate these expressions because they're like African expressions, but one of them said, "Aye," like they were shocked at how accurate it was. And then another one was, she said, "It's on point." And yeah, anyway, so that made me feel very bad because this relative of mine is in crisis, and I totally had the whole details of what to try, and I never prayed, I never fasted. So I felt a bit responsible, not responsible, but it's like I kind of felt as if I abandoned my watch. Let me say that. So so that's the reason why I decided, okay, so since I haven't read my old dreams for quite some time, let me go back. And that's when I started seeing themes in all the dreams and connections. Some dreams I cannot share them here because of the sensitivity. I will share them with my prayer group. But yeah, another one that was really shocking, and this really broke me to my core, is I had a dream 27th October 2019, and that was Sunday 1:57. I don't know why it says 1:57. Maybe that's AM. And it seemed like something mandatory. I can't go and explain everything, but you know what happened the following year. So it was a warning dream, and again, I missed it. Yeah. And I had to repent because I never prayed about it. I kind of ignored it. And I thought it was too far-fetched about stuff being made mandatory in certain areas, right? Another theme I want to talk about is scientific breakthroughs. Now, the reason why I'm sharing these two things is, if you have a burden to pray for scientists or researchers, pray for them, because I believe that there will be breakthroughs in this season. So I don't know the time frame, but that's what I believe. So the first one is, I saw a doctor looking for cause or a cure for a disorder. He had done extensive research, and he asked me to look at it and see. So in this particular dream, I saw gene mutations, and it appeared to start with C and R. So I don't have a scientific background, so I wouldn't even tell you what that means. The second one, it says, so this one is 26th of April, 6:20 a.m. Went to a place and there were scientific models for autism. I don't even know. Looked like beads in a tube. Then saw food allergies. Saw a machine kind of like separating juices, and saw the name taurine. I don't even know what that is. I guess scientific breakthroughs are underway. So just pray for scientists. I know that as far as clinical trial, I don't know if it's a clinical trials or what, but as far as the development of medications and stuff and advancements in science, there are so many people who have good ideas and good research, but I don't know, because of funding or because of, I don't know, resources, or maybe there's one small piece that they need to figure out to come up with a breakthrough. So just pray about it, so that it might not be exactly what I saw, but I have to be diligent and have integrity and tell you exactly what I saw. Okay, now the next one is Warhorses. So the Warhorses. So the first dream was 28th June 2021. And so this one okay, let me read it first. Let me just explain it, because you might get confused, because I usually write it as soon as I wake up, so sometimes I chop stuff you might not understand. So in this particular dream for 28th of June 2021, I looked outside my kitchen window and I saw a tall horse. This was not a regular horse. This looked like a war horse. Huge. I said it was three times the house. So I don't know what that translates to. But it was, I said over here, it was towering over the house. It made a sound and the ground shook. And I remember looking through the window and gazing up, and I saw the horse. And it looked at me in a way to kind of, it seemed like it was kind of telling me, get ready. That's what I was telling my sisters. It felt as if it was telling me, get ready. Then I looked to the left and I saw a lot of horses running. They were surrounding sheep. So I don't know what that was about, but that looked like a war horse. And I just knew that we are in a spiritual battle. I did look at the biblical meaning of war horses or horses. They indicate power, strength, conquest, and spiritual warfare. So guys, since 2020, just know we have entered spiritual warfare, right? Like crazy spiritual warfare. The next dream is April 9th, and basically it was an auditory vision. I don't know how to explain it. I was awakened to the sound of hundreds of horses or chariots running. So that was April 9th, I believe. So again, it just emphasizes the fact that we are in spiritual warfare. And think of the moment where Gehazi's eyes were opened and he saw that there were chariots of horses. So I think this is super significant for us to understand what Ephesians 6 says, that we are also in a spiritual battle in as much as right now it's manifesting in a physical way. The last one is encouragement for people in their purpose journey. And this dream is called Destiny Midwives. And 15th November 2019, 7:24 a.m. There was a lady who was pregnant and was having a hard time delivering. Everyone was just looking at her, but nobody offered help. I asked for gloves and immediately tried to assist her. When I started helping her, some demonic figure came and was trying to stop me. It was like a lady who was see-through. So basically it was a demonic thing. I started speaking in tongues and the figure became powerless and disappeared. Once the baby was born, I lifted the baby up and there was a magnificent bright light that filled the place, and a verse came up and showed up saying, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Then another light hit me flat on the floor from heaven, and I started crying in awe. So the reason why this is very important, and I wrote something here just to add on everything. In this season, if you are experiencing warfare, understand that your destiny is connected to others. You will help others birth their destiny, and you're connected to many things. So this, I wanted to encourage people, because a lot of times when people have dreams, it's not only a dream for you, but it's also a dream for others. I don't know how to say it better, but basically I know that dream, I was physically there, but I know that I was standing also in place of so many people in the same situation. For Destiny Midwives, there are so many people who have a calling, let's say Joseph's, right? Especially in this season. And you're called to birth destinies in this hour. You might be Deborah's, you might be Esther's, so just fill in the blank. But in this hour, many people are basically assuming their position. People are assuming their position. And I believe that many people are having intense warfare, and you just feel as if, oh wow, it's just normal. No, if you were to open your spiritual eyes, sometimes it's other spiritual things that are opposing you, because you are literally there helping other people birth their destinies. So friends, I want to also apologize. I know this is not my usual happy videos where I laugh and stuff. However, I just know that it's very important that I release this particular messages and words. And for me, honestly, as far as the African nation that I mentioned, I'm hoping that people rise up and pray, and that it's something that hopefully we'll never hear about. I'm hoping that it would be mitigated behind closed doors and we will never have to hear about it. However, in lieu of everything that has happened and transpired over the past week, if you are a watchman, if you are an intercessor, and you know that you live in a land or a city that is a gate, you need to get on your knees. Because as I said in Ezekiel, you have a mandate. You have a mandate. Another thing that I want to mention is Psalms 91. I wrote a blog post in 2018, I believe, about Psalms 91. And I just wrote, I don't even know why I wrote it, but I wrote it because at that time I was like super busy and stuff. But anyway, I just wrote about Psalms 91 and I forgot about it. And come 2020, that was the most shared and read blog post that I had in 2020 because of you know what. So I'm telling you, Psalms 91 is so powerful. And in that particular blog post, I mentioned that is it Mark Blitz? I'm forgetting his first name, but he had a beautiful sermon many years ago that talked about Psalms 91, and he talked about how Psalms 91 actually has spiritual weapons. If you look at it in Hebrew, it actually has spiritual weapons. So as you're reading Psalms 91, you're literally sending spiritual weapons in the heavenly. Psalms 91 is no joke, especially if you do it intentionally and you are obedient to God and you are a prayer warrior. Psalms 91, please include it in every session when you're praying for your country or your city. Please pray Psalms 91. It's so powerful, and it's heartwarming for me to know that that blog post really, really helped people in 2020. It was just heartwarming to see how people were really moved by it. Yes, and that is it, folks. Next week on Wednesday, I have my final video that I pre-recorded it. I don't know if it's 2 weeks ago, but I'll just go ahead and release it. And then on Saturday next week Saturday will be my final goodbye video. It's literally like less than a minute long, as I concentrate on intercession in this season. And what I would like to say, the last thing is, we are in the season of open doors, and I don't want people to be in fear. That's not how the kingdom of God operates. When we are praying, we're praying in faith, and we are praying with authority because of Jesus Christ, and we're praying with confidence. So please do not fear. I know there's a lot happening all around, but do not fear. We're not supposed to be in a state of fear. God is in control. God is in control. And that is it, folks. I love you so much, and I'm so sorry to be living in this fashion, but I have to leave for now. I love you so much. I'll be praying for you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.